Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video, and I've got some good news for you, or bad news for you, depending on your perspective on things, to be honest. So, short story long, you've probably seen that as time is progressing, more creators are saying things like, I'm pulling back from the game, I'm not going to be putting out as much content on the game, I'm not going to be covering the game as much going forward, or I'm not going to be covering the game at all. Well, I'm here to tell you, I'm not doing that. I'm going to continue to cover the game. I've always said that as long as I enjoy playing a game, I'll still continue to cover it. So I'm going to keep doing things the way I've been doing it from the start. I will tell you the good bits, I'll tell you the bad bits, I'll tell you my unfiltered opinions, because, do you know what? See, if I didn't enjoy playing the game, I wouldn't even tell you my opinions, because the way I see it is, if I don't like something and I don't enjoy something, I'm not going to waste my time on it. I'm not going to waste my time putting out videos talking about a subject that, quite simply, I do not enjoy at all. So if ever I stop making videos on Street Fighter Duel, then that is when you know that I do not enjoy the game and I don't like the game anymore. So I wanted to get that out of the way. I'm not going to be jumping on and telling you guys that it's over. It's not happening for me. But I wanted to take this opportunity in this video to clear up a misconception that I've seen, mainly springing up because of this little bit in the update notes. So I'm going to load up these patch notes here if the game decides it's going to let me. If we move down here, this is the thing that caused the issue, right? Event gift packs refresh daily with a chance of getting chaotic starlight. Now, I feel like that wording has maybe changed. I don't know if it's changed or if that's what it always said. I would need to look back at my other video. Do you know what? I'm going to do that, right? Right, just looked at my other video. No, it's the exact wording it's always said. So this is the wording that it is always said. It's always said, event gift packs refresh daily with a chance of getting chaotic starlight. Now, I'm not sure where it came from. Honestly, I'm not. But for some reason, that was construed as if you purchase packs in general, you've got a chance of getting chaotic starlight, right? I really do not know where that came from, because that's not how it works. So if you've unfortunately been someone that's been buying normal packs hoping that you were maybe going to drop chaotic starlight at random, it was never going to happen, right? Because the wording of this is exactly the same as Tyrant. Now, for those of you that don't know, there's a key event, and when Tyrant launched, it said basically this, and what it was basically meaning was you won't get the chance to buy it every day, it will come up at random. And that is what's happening here, right? You will be blessed with the opportunity to purchase a copy of Tyrant, right? Starlight, that is what this is, right? Starlight does not drop anywhere, okay? You can only buy it, that's it. So don't be buying packs willy-nilly, hoping that you're going to get lucky and you're going to just happen to luck into a starlight dropping, because never was it meant to be described that way, and never, at least from my understanding, was it intended that people should pick it up to be that way, okay? I didn't really feel the need to talk about that when I first spoke about this in a video, because, to be honest, I kind of just thought everyone took it as it was written, which is you will get a chance to purchase it, you know. But there does seem to be this little misconception that's spread a little bit throughout the community, and I don't want anyone going and purchasing packs willy-nilly because they hope that they're going to get a copy of Starlight dropping. It ain't going to happen, guys. It ain't going to happen. So only purchase things, if you are purchasing things, only purchase things that you want to purchase. Don't purchase them in the blind hope that maybe you're going to get something else coming off the back of it, okay? So that's the first thing kind of done and out the way. Now, another thing that I'm seeing rearing its head again, I don't know why it's rearing its head again, I thought I cleared this up, but hey, not everyone watches my videos. The dojo, resistance training, flexible surface. This, they've changed the wording of it, okay? However, it was never 100%, right? I explained this in a good level of detail in my video when I think I called the thumbnail, "This Dojo Upgrade doesn't work how you think it does," or something like that. But basically, people had misconstrued the fact that this guaranteed you to get factional gear. It never did, right? What it always said was increases the rate of factional gear by 100%, right? So what that means is if the rate was 45%, the rate would increase by 100%, i.e. the rate would double. So you still have a chance of not getting it. So instead of being 100%, it would maybe be 90%, okay? Or, sorry, instead of being 45%, you would get 100% boost, it would go up to 90%. Never was it you will 100% get factional gear, okay? Now, the developers have tried to make the wording better, but I don't think they've succeeded in that, to be honest, because increases the chance of obtaining factional equipment by 1 times. 1 times 1 is still 1, 1 times 2 is still 2, 1 times 3 is still 3. You mean times 2, that is what you mean. So by going in here and trying to like actually word this better, you've actually worded it worse, to be clear, right? So you should really go back in and fix this, because what you've actually meant to write here is times 2, okay? When it was 75%, it would have been times by 1.75. When it was 50%, it would have been times by 1.50. So, while we talk about people maybe not quite understanding mathematics with regards to boosting a rate by 100%, developers, you are not understanding multiples very well, because if this is doubling the chance, which it is, it should say here increases the rate of obtaining factional equipment by 2x. Because right now what you're basically saying is this upgrade at max level is giving you no additional boosts. So you've worded it wrong when you've gone in and you've done this little stealth change to the wording, not to the actual function. You've actually written that basically it's doing nothing. So you might want to fix that, because you're being stupid right now. You don't understand basic math. We say maths in the UK, right? But for the sake of my American audience, I'll say math, right? So you need to go and fix that, because that's not how that's not how multiplication works. If something is doubled, it's times by 2. It's not times by 1, because timesing something by 1 equals the same number you started with. Anyway, enough of that. So this works how it's always worked. Just to be clear, it was never a 100% guarantee, but they've cocked up the wording when they fixed this. So either change it back to 100% because you actually had described it correctly in the first place, or change this to times 2, which means the same as a 100% boost, right? So go in and fix that, guys, right? Simple as. I don't think anyone's to blame for that, because to be honest, I can understand like why people just seen 100% and immediately thought, oh, 100% guaranteed, because like 100%, that's kind of what people think, but it just meant 100% boost to the existing rate. However, that does bring us on to something that I have completely seen discussed and I completely agree with 100%. The fact that this boosts the existing rate by 100% or times 2, so it doubles the existing rate, we should know what the existing rate is, okay? There is no reason why we should not know what the existing rate is of this gear, because when I go to the shop and I see these items here that have a question mark on them, when I buy that, I should know the chance that I have of it not being factional gear. I should, you should, all customers should, because when you buy this, you are taking a gamble. And in a game like this, when you are taking a gamble, you should know the odds of your gamble paying off. So in my opinion, and possibly how it's supposed to be, we should know what the odds in this being non-factional gear is. So if it is a 40 at dojo level 0, if it's got a 40% chance of being factional and a 60% chance of being non-factional, we should know that. That should be displayed somewhere. There should be like a question mark. If I click here beside this question mark, or even if I click that question mark, I should know what the odds in that remaining non-factional gear is. Because then we know how worth it these functions in the dojo and stuff like that are. This is basic stuff, but I feel like it should be there, right? If you disagree with that, I don't know what you're smoking if you disagree with that, right? But if you disagree with that, let me know why in the comments down below. But really basic stuff, guys. Just go in, tell us the rates. Like, I'm not asking you to go into great detail. I'm just saying, if it's something has got like chance related to it in any way, shape or form, we should know what the odds in that chance paying off are. And then people would know exactly what they're getting from the likes of the dojo upgrades and stuff like that. So could you please just fix it? Please, make it easy, make it nice, make it simple. The very last thing I wanted to touch on, and I'm not going to make this a big deal because people will just hate on me for this. I've seen a lot of people when they're talking about giving up Street Fighter, it's not about rates, it's not about anything. They're saying things like, I'm coming in, I'm playing for 10 minutes, there's nothing for me to do, I'm bored, I'm going to go and play Tower of God, or I'm going to go and play Omni Heroes, or I'm going to go and play some other idle game because there's more for me to do. I need to be straight here. I was quite inexperienced when I started playing Street Fighter when it came to idle gachas. Now I'm not, I've played lots of them. And they are literal copy pastes in the extent that when the game is new and you're new to the game, there's loads for you to do because you can punch above your power level for quite a while. Actually, you can progress, you can systematically move on. You don't need a lot of great characters, you don't need a lot of things to push high level content, but you will hit a point where things really slow down. And unless you're willing to spend money, you will find that what you do is you do 10 minutes, do your dailies. 10 minutes, do your dailies. 10 minutes, do your dailies. New event pops up, maybe you'll have about an hour or two, and then back to 10 minutes, do your dailies. This is not something that's unique to Street Fighter Duel. This is something that exists in every single gacha game going, and unless you're willing to spend money, you will hit that with every single game out there. So all I'll say to you guys is, if you do not like that whole, I can only play for 10 minutes, do my dailies and then I'm done, idle games probably aren't for you because you're going to experience this with every single one that you play. That aspect of this game is not unique to this game. It exists throughout the entire idle game infrastructure, industry, whatever, and hopping from one idle to the next, all you will actually find is you enjoy that initial burst of growth, but you will hit the same point. It will happen to you inevitably, no matter what game you play within the idle franchise or genre or whatever. So if you're leaving Street Fighter, not because of monetization, not because of the moves the devs have made, just because you feel like 10 minutes, I'm done, nothing else to do, so I'm going to go and play this other idle game, you're just going to keep repeating that cycle, because it's just going to keep happening. I just wanted to clear that up, because I think there's a misconception that people think that some idle games, it's not like that. They're all like that, right? Anyway, I'm staying positive, negative, whatever you want to call me. I'm here for the long haul. Might put out some other games, but this is still going to be a game I cover daily. But yeah, anyway, that's it. Hayzink, shutting up. See ya.